So I should have audio. Looks like I do. Okay. Okay. Let's fool around with this. Strange New Worlds. Not Strange New Worlds. Discovery Enterprise. And this is just the fastest of fast builds. I need it for something I'm working on. I get all my pieces together here. Okay. Well, let's get this little sheet here. Showing us a bunch of info. Okay, we're going to start with the bottom. Are we? Are we indeed?
Did you end up going live?
Yep.
Oh.
You don't need to hop on. It is quite alright. I mean, do it if you want to, but you don't have to. Okay, so we got 39 and 40. Yeah, let's start with the fantail. Over here. This is a lot of decals. Although I do like doing waterpaper. Wallpaper decals. A lot of people have trouble with them. I used to be terrible at them. And I was determined not to be. So I just kept at it. And that's kind of the lesson. Is just keep at it. Just keep at it. I get a lot of people in my comments who are like, I wish I could build like you do. I'm like, well, you can. Just keep on practicing. Entering 41 for the fantail shows lights. That's because Decal 5 goes on top of it. Okay. Net. Yep. Why not? So ignore that loud humming. All one of you. So. Oh. Really? Are you being sarcastic?
Well, I mean, I can hear it live and in person. I can't hear it on the stream.
Well, that's good. Anyway, this is a lot of decals, and we'll see how it works. I used a pretty dark color for this particular enterprise because this isn't going to be a showpiece. This isn't going to be anything except I'm using it to prototype something else I'm working on, and it seemed like a good subject. So I've got another one of these plus the Discovery Enterprise in my stash, so it's not necessarily wasted. And there is one advantage, and that lets me, how do I want to say it? It allows me to understand how the model goes together and any issues before I tackle the, quote, real one. Alright. Just get a little water on there. Make sure they're moving. This one's going to take a little bit of work to get placed. So I've let my gloss coat dry overnight, as is a good, kind of a good rule of thumb, but sometimes it's still a little bit sticky when you apply the decals. But when you're ready for it, it's not as much of a surprise. I've always been curious how these are going to fit. And the truth is, the question is whether you'll even see them on this particular build. I think that once I get the dull coat on, they'll become much more apparent than they kind of are right now. Kind of a lot I don't stop. I don't like about them already. So you're supposed to be in the center, which means that you guys all need to shuffle over. I'm trying to get this fit just a bit more consistent. So like I said, I used a very dark color on this. This is actually Vallejo metal color steel. And it is very dark. Now that's why, like right now, you really can't see much in the way of decals. But it's possible, or not, that once it's gloss coated, that detail come out. But I think I may not. I think I may refinish this whole ship. Which I don't love. I'll do one more and just see what we get. And that will kind of determine next steps. And we're going to test one more. And just see, but the detail is so very, very... There's a severe lack of contrast with this dark color. Which I'm fine with, but I wanted to make sure it's not so... so bad you can't see anything at all. Alright, so... that is a pretty good fit. Not a lot of detail comes out, but I'm willing to see this through.
Okay.
Because I do believe, I don't think I have it anymore. I did this ship in 2500 scale and used a pretty dark base coat, and a lot of the detail didn't show up until I applied the flat coat. Like here, you can actually see more detail on the camera than I can with my eye. Because of the dark color, it makes for very low contrast relative to, say, the Discovery Enterprise. I actually can't remember what this looked like in Strange New Worlds, or I mean, holy shit. I can't remember how dark the Enterprise was in Discovery. But this makes for a very low contrast Aztec. So I may continue, and I may actually just call this ship something else. Like I said, this is a bit of a throwaway build. Because of the things I want to do. Because, yeah, I can always get that changed up. Excuse me. Somehow or another. We'll see what happens when we get there. But one thing I want to do is this. Is here, go to YouTube. And Discovery Enterprise. Because I believe it was shot, or well, not shot, because it wasn't a physical miniature, but it was shown very dark. So I'm going to check this first, like the very, very first appearance.
It's strange.
I'm going to skip ahead here.
Choppy. Try to clean it up, sir.
There.
Help. Slow us down.
Dropping us out of warp now, sir.
Discovery.
Like, Discovery was very dark. Like, I could just lie and say that's what I'm replicating. I mean, not lie, I mean, get creative. I do like those graphics. Yeah, like, look how dark it was shot. I'm using shot as just the general term. So I may continue because the Strange New Worlds Enterprise I'll do much brighter to represent the contrast as seen in. Yeah. Yeah, I think all the shots in Discovery, not Strange New Worlds, but Discovery, were very, very dark. Oh, look at that. I'm live right now. Let's continue, but let's take a look at this one last thing here. Like, here it looks bright. In this absolutely ridiculous scene. Or series of scenes. Yep. Fuck it, let's continue. Like I said, it's kind of a throwaway build anyway. Alright, back down here you go.
Uh-oh, I've poisoned myself by accident.
Come on, get that tightened up. I'm a little worried that battery's showing full now. Hope there's nothing wrong with this. Okay, so yeah, there's not much going on here tonight. This is just a pretty straightforward. I'm just kind of dicking around with this. So that's the neck, that's the neck, that's the neck. So we want 32. She'll probably be on here. Side piece, side piece, side piece, side piece. There we are. So yeah, not a super exciting stream tonight. Just, like I said, just kind of gonna be plugging away at this. Yeah, 32, 31, 38. Okay. Did my overhead camera...
Okay.
Oh.
Move your hand again.
Is it...
I can see you both.
Okay, there we go. I got a bit of a delay there. The, yeah, just the YouTube stream's showing me much further behind than I did. Okay. So I was trying to see if this was showing up, and then I looked up, and it was just a dead screen.
I'm watching on YouTube over there.
Yeah, just the delay on my dashboard is weird. Like,
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like your monitoring didn't look like it was.
yeah, and it's way behind.
Come on, you can do this. Okay, wait here. Catch your breath. We made it to the second one. I feel like this is the first time I've ever made it up the jungle.
Okay. Alright, well, continuing on. The, oh, hey, Eric. Thanks for joining me. There's not much going on tonight. I just, I was going to start doing decals on this, and I thought, hey, I should go live. And, I mean, now that I've got this tool set up, I might as well use it from time to time. And, just discussing my very, very dark Enterprise. So it may not be the Enterprise. But I said the detail is very low contrast relative to definitely the Strange New Worlds one. And, yeah. But I'm going to continue because this is literally a throwaway build. So, which way do you go? That little detail goes to the front. Like, yeah, you can see, like, I didn't do any seam work on this. This is literally a knock together. Knocked together build for something I want to try, but I don't know if it's going to work yet, so I don't want to say too much. But either way, it'll still serve as a good, good video subject matter, good discussion. And this is what happens sometimes, is, like I said, I let my clear coat dry overnight, but it's still a little bit, it's not tacky, but just a little bit sticky when you put the decals on it. Yeah, I see what they did here. They kind of put all that detail that's normally, you know, gray and red and yellow and whatnot as just panel decal. Anyway, oh, nice. That's the way to do it. Embrace your fandom. So I do believe that once I do a dull coat on this, all this detail is actually going to pop, but be low contrast popping versus the high contrast, you know, almost silver that it is on screen. Oh yeah, starting to like that. This may be all right, and if not, oh well. What are you gonna do? So these guys should go this way because we have that swoop and loop and boop and yep. There we go. I don't know if you saw Sid's post over on Sci-Fi Models After Dark, Eric, but he has the YOLO Park Optimus Prime. I didn't see a price on it. But yeah, I am kind of at a state of only buying something I absolutely need or a good deal. Like a really good deal. Or, you know, like I said, you see something that, you know, you've been looking for forever, and it's like, oh, shit. If I don't get it now, it'll be gone. So these decals are okay. I don't love them, but I don't hate them either. But in holding it in place, it keeps adhering. So I gotta kind of release it. But it looks like the fit on these is excellent. Not like the Strange New Worlds Enterprise with the misalignment. Oops, come on. Oh yeah, look at that. That is nice. with the misalignment in the on the lower saucer. Yeah, I saw that. I mean, the pictures look good. I'm very curious to see that. See that when you're done. The this they said this whole thing is wallpaper. Oh, no worries. The I don't know how quickly these messages pop up relative to when you send them anyway. And yeah, the ads, I have no idea how they work. You know, obviously I've got it monetized. You know, so I can make a few cents. Literal cents. But yeah, that's the whole thing. It's, you know, that's after years and years and years. And years of grinding away and just trying things until something finally caught on. Although I'm not going to lie, I'm a little irritated. I saw a video from Model Chili, actually on this same subject. And let me be clear, I like Model Chili. I think his work is good, but his videos are meh. And 23,000 views. It's like, piss off, YouTube. But I like Model Chili because he's not one of the egomaniacs out there. I'm sure you've seen his work. There we go. Oop. Get that there. Maybe bring it down a little bit. If I can. This is a case where if there was more contrast. If I had lighter base coat, I'd really be able to see. To make sure I get these lined up. Okay, let's get some microsol on those. All right, that's actually going to have a pretty interesting look with the dark. It's going to be a dark ship, but whatever. It's interesting though. It really brings that steel out too. Okay. Yeah, and I might only do this for an hour. Like I said, this is just a hey, I'm streaming. If you're around, feel free to pop in and say hello and chat it up a little bit. But it's not a not one I'm putting a whole lot of effort into. Not like the DeLorean. But like I said, won't be doing that this week because I'll be helping Bill at the Gatineau Air Show. So we got 45, and 42. Okay. Yeah, that should be a bit more over there. There we go. Oops. I've been negotiating with Temu. They reached out to me about doing a collaboration A couple problems. They don't have like anything sci-fi in model kits that I could find. But it's also a pricing issue too. Like, yeah, I'm keen to work with y'all, but you got to make it worth. If you want 10-minute videos, you got to make it worth my while. That's a lot of work. I mean, you've been in the editing process, so you know what's what. All right. Yeah, like I said, this is a very, very low key stream tonight. It's also a way to get footage for when I do a quick build video on this, so I can actually pull it right from these live streams. But yeah, these decals, whether it's these ones specifically or all the new ones they're doing with the blue paper, need, at least near as I can tell, much more time in the water. And just see who makes them. Packaged in China. Yeah, they did use cartograph for a very brief period, but they got away from that. Oopsie. I wish they had done this one in 2 parts. I mean, I guess I could have trimmed it, but oh well. Here we are. So yeah, the other reason it's a bit of a less entertaining stream, we'll say, is just because the amount of concentration needed to actually do this. I said I do love doing decals, it's just, takes a lot of effort to kind of get them, not effort, attention. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, that's a wraparound. That's a wraparound. That's a wraparound. Oh, yeah, sorry, Eric. I had a busy day. I was helping a friend with his roof, and took the cat to the vet again, and so I saw your message about the Mr. Hobby stuff. Yes, I don't like how this one is settling. I'm going to have to kind of work it a little bit here. Come on. See if I can get this to lock in up here. Fit-wise, I'm very happy with these decals. But yeah, I kind of gave it a quick read when I was. I read it, but I haven't kind of absorbed it, if that makes sense. But like, you really seem to be the man with the connections, though. You're like, oh, you want to know what, Mr. Hobby? I got you. I got you covered. Okay. So these actually wrap around
I need healing and I need food, and I don't think that I can do
the
any
pylon.
because I don't think I can.
They are made for it. Yeah, it's kind of a, like I said, regardless, it's kind of a bummer that
What I'm hoping for is that I miraculously find
that's happening, because it is so hard to find a quality product, and then when you do, they're like, no, you can't have it. Oh, this is what I use to gloss coat my models for decals. This stuff is fantastic. It is at Michael's, if they stock it,
good. I hurt myself again. You
$16. It's a bit pricey, but I mean, when you look at how far, like, what do we got? This guy is, yeah, this is 6 ounces. This is 0.57 ounces for, like $4 or $5. So this is absolutely worth it. It it goes on very well, very easy to work with. Like I said, I didn't let this dry long enough because I kind of got in a rush. But yeah, this is that shit is shit, man. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I kind of like this low contrast look, and like the way the camera actually picks up way more. But yeah, that's kind of cool. Yeah, I didn't. It was a busy day. Didn't get much sleep last night.
so hard, game. You
Um,
piece of shit.
I think I'm gonna go check out an PM Builders night at the Hobby Center tomorrow. Just because I'm curious. And yeah, I mean, I don't know whether it's just a general build of just modelers get together. Because I know he has the Car Nights and the Gundam Nights, but I think the PM Build Night is just builders getting together. We'll see though. Oh, good. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do a whole lot of these kind of unplanned ones. But when it's a lot of work, like something like this, it's kind of, you can jump on and see who's there and just chat it up. So these seem to be fairly strong. They can take a fair amount of tugging without breaking. But they're not like glass when you apply them. They do conform. So my assessment of these decals is very good. Actually, we can probably use this guy. Are you hanging up on me? A little bit, maybe?
Don't fill up something with
There, sometimes you need a bit more. Sometimes you need to be a bit more aggressive to get these things moving.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay. What's in here? Okay. What you? Oh my. Okay.
Hey, this one's giving me some trouble. I'm going to be very careful here so we don't. So it hopefully doesn't turn to shit.
Okay. I'm gonna put.
Because that would suck.
Let's head back here and cook the
Just trying to get this aligned at the top here.
everything
And then work downward.
Okay, ready?
Okay. So this one's being a bit more tricky than the other side. But I think we're starting to get it. Okay, I'm happy with that. Get that rolled over
A rope can like between up
and see what we can do up here.
but I would really still like a chain cannon for the jungle. It was very helpful in achieving the jungle ascent.
Okay. See, the other thing, I don't doubt that there's amazing products. People said the Tamiya TS13 was great. You comment on the Mr. Super Clear. For me, I like to find an aftermarket, like a off-the-shelf option for anything that I need to use in very, very large quantities, very, very frequently. Because of the nature of Star Trek ships, especially now, it's more and more and more wallpaper decals. I thought I took care of that wrinkle, but it doesn't seem to want to go away. Well, if I'm lucky, we're going to go ahead and do this and press it on and see if the microsol does anything for us. But yeah, I gotta clear coat a lot of ships to be able to do this. And, you know, for the cost of a Mr. Hobby or a Tamiya or whatnot, it does get expensive after a while. So if I can find something like this that works, then that is a huge, huge bonus.
Okay, so I'm going to.
Alright. That seems to have got it. Oop. No, you don't.
Oh, you're joking. Don't.
Well, let's do that and see what happens.
Stop. It's not worth it. Next time, just don't.
See if we can relieve a little pressure here.
Oh, but wait. Maybe we can redeem ourselves. Maybe redemption is right around the corner here.
Okay. Alright, I'm not super happy with that, but I feel like there's not a lot I can do with it either. So, we'll just coat it and hope for the best. Once again, that whole conversation about, model making, why you make them, whatnot, this one, so what? So what? We'll get the best results we can get out of it, and that's the only goal for this enterprise. So I'm not going to do the saucer. I'm going to focus on secondary hull. Oh, look at that. So when I said that it would be nice if these were two-part decals, cut decal before soaking. Here and here. So here and here. So I made this more difficult on myself for no reason. I just have to pay more attention. Because, yeah, it's going to be the same on the inner ones and then up at top. But it looks like those are the only spots. But once again, they could have just done that. Whatever. Okay. Well, I wonder if that's as far as I should go. Maybe I'll do this section here. The 37 and 30. $37 and $30, which are right there. These drips out of the way so I can actually do this without damaging the sheet. Yeah, part of it is, like I said, I'm using this to prototype something. But I've had it forever. And, better to use it for something that might not work out than just leave it sit there forever. And ever and ever and ever. I don't know why this side worked out so well. Oh well. That's 37. And that's 30. Okay. So 30. 30 is the side. And 37 is the side. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do these last two and then call it. It's well, it's just a chance to hop on and maybe start using this part of the whole thing maybe a bit more effectively. We'll see. It's hard to stay engaging. In the future, I might just do this with like a music track. So anyone who wants to duck in, I don't know if they'd stay for very long. Yeah, whatever.
They could duck in if they wanted to. For the option.
Go. I get this guy kind of set. Yeah, I want to bring that down. Bring it down. That just falls under there. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So yeah, one more. We'll call it. That'll put us at about an hour, I think. Yeah, unless I had just a chance to get on and plug away. Although I think I'm actually more productive when I just put on a TV show or music so I can kind of get into the zone versus kind of keeping an eye on things. But I may find like a halfway point. But I think with the exception of Sunday streams, which I'm going to try to maintain, there'll just be a bunch of spontaneous ones. But Eric, I do want to say thanks for hopping on. I appreciate it. Go here, so we want to make sure we get this aligned underneath that. so it doesn't interfere. Alright. Yeah, so I said this is the reason I kind of didn't do live streams. I was trying to keep it keep it engaging while building. So with planned ones, like the Sunday ones, I'll have things ready and lined up. So it's just I said, like the DeLorean's a perfect example. You know, pre-painting's done. It's all ready for any number of things. If I can get you guys to kind of overlap. Oh, whatever. So, okay, I'm going to call that a success. I'm actually very happy with that. The detail is visible. It's actually kind of... It has the effect of kind of lightening the undercoat. So I said I'm very, very confident that once I spray dull coat on this, it'll actually make these details come out just a little bit more. Because it eliminates a lot, like, there's a lot of surface reflection right now between the decal itself and the clear coat, the gloss coat I put on here. So that'll tone all that down and bring out that detail. But yeah, I think it's going to be good. Anyway, so like I said, thank you for joining me, Eric and anyone else. I'll potentially do more of these. And like I said, with the exception of this Sunday, and I'm sure there'll be others, I do plan on streaming hopefully once a week on very specific projects. So thank you so much, Eric. We'll be in touch. You keep feeding me all the info that you know that no one else seems to know. And I will catch you later.